Hello and welcome back to the On the Slab Horror Show, the show that we bring to you each and every Friday night. Why we do this on a Friday night? Because Friday night is horror night. Now, don't adjust your screens, folks. We finally got the episode done. This has been one of the longest running people that we've tried to have on the show, and things just kept coming up and everything else got in between. But we finally got here. So this week we have actress and special effects master craftsperson, Miss Cory Cowley. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
We're here.
Fuck yeah. And you're the only one that said my name correctly.
Yeah, I have a few friends over here that have the same surname, so it's not too bad.
Exactly. Yeah.
What
Irish
do you normally get? Cowley or Cawley?
Cawley or Crowley.
I mean, you could be Victor Crowley from
I mean, it
Hatchet.
could be. But yeah,
Missing
it
an
just
R.
okay. Coming from an Irishman though who actually knows how to say my name is refreshing.
Everything's coming up Millhouse. But as I said, it's been a long time in the making. Obviously,
Yes.
everything kept getting in the way: work, personal life, time
Yes.
zones, just about everything.
Yes.
But here we are.
Yes.
And it's on one of the eves. Well, at the time of record, it's at the eves of one of the biggest projects you have upcoming. Um, so we'll get into that in a little while. But why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into the industry?
So I started in writing. That's kind of where I started. So throughout school, I was a an academic writer. I did a lot of short story writing as far as poetry, and I kind of grew up reading a lot, and so I've always loved horror. It's always been kind of like a pole star. My first film was Hellraiser when I was 3 years old.
Me,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
mad on Hellraiser.
yeah. No, Hellraiser is
Although I do respect the craft that went into it, but it's not. I love the Pinhead character,
yeah.
but it's not my type, not my film. I'm not mad on the overly body horror.
That's funny. That is so fun. I mean, well, Clive Barker is my favorite author. Funny enough,
Nice, nice.
and so being a writer, I read a lot of horror novels and stuff, and so I actually got into doing as far as music videos and stuff. I got into that right before I hit my 30s. And so I did a lot of music videos for some big metal bands around the world and stuff. And so then, I kind of took my writing and I wrote two books. And from there, I kind of jumped into special effects, which,
Nice.
yeah, special effects then got me into acting. And I've always done acting. I did a lot of theater in school. Theater was actually, I've been trying to get back into theater. I really love Shakespeare, and I would like to get back into that. And but yeah, that's pretty much how I started. It kind of just kind of chain reaction of events.
Spiraled.
Yeah, pretty much into a maddening descent.
Nice, nice. The we actually had um Peter. We had Peter Atkins on the show,
Oh
who
shit,
done obviously the script for Hellraiser and directed Hellraiser 2.
that's fucking cool.
Yeah, he was so good, so sound.
That is so fucking cool, man. People shit on Hellbound, but I gotta tell you, it's a solid film, no matter what people want to say.
Well, everyone has their own opinion on things. As I said, it's not my type of film, and I told them that straight up.
Right.
I respect the craft that went into it, but as I said, I love the Pinhead character. I'm just not mad on the films. Uh,
Understandable.
what did you see the remake?
Uh, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I did not watch the remake, but I'm a Hellraiser gatekeeper. I will admit that through and through.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Uh, I I still it was done in the same vein. I still found it a little bit boring, but the shit that it got, I don't think was necessarily deserved. I thought Pinhead, obviously being a female
Yeah.
this time, her voice was phenomenally good in it.
Oh, Cool. Yeah. No, I remember reading about all the accolades that she had received, which it made me happy, because she's a fantastic actress. But
I don't think I've seen her in anything else. I just seen that when it came out in 22, and like I wasn't ever gonna rush back to it,
right.
but it was definitely not as bad as received as it got for me. It wasn't like it didn't deserve half the shit that it got. And that's coming
Well,
from someone who's not a fan of the films.
I mean, I think let's be honest. I think as long as it wasn't the remake of Miami Vice, I'm happy. Honestly, fucking terrible
Yes.
film.
No, well, no. If we're talking about bad remakes, right, you got to go Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh God.
That do you know what? I shit on that movie quite a lot. For the first 40 minutes of that movie, it was quite decent that they tried to make it their own story and make it thing, and then it just kind of got muddled.
I
Uh,
forgot about that. I must have put that out of my existence, and then you just brought it right back to me. Now I'm gonna be pissed
well,
off.
if you want to be right, majorly pissed, Nightmare on Elm Street. You said Hellraiser was your first. Nightmare on Elm Street was mine.
Yeah.
Right, it's my favorite film, favorite horror film of
Really?
all time. Yep, favorite horror.
Okay.
I know we were talking off screen. I says I've had the chance to sit down with three directors in my top five. Uh,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I won't ever get the fourth one because
He's dead.
unless we do a Ghostbusters thing, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. You could.
I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, I went to see the remake in the cinema when it came out, hyped to bits. Came out of cinema, didn't know if I liked it or not. So I went again the next morning. Less than 12 hours later, I went to see it again. And I walked out of cinema and I was so angry with myself. I was like, why? Why?
You went into it, you thinking that you were gonna, see something fucking rad, and then yeah, I won't even comment on that. Trust me.
Always bad. But anyway, so you got hooked in horror from Hellraiser.
I
Um,
did.
and like I mean, I suppose if you're looking at a film and obviously you got into special effects, that there is probably one of the pinnacles of 80s
Oh
horror
yeah.
that had amazing special effects.
Oh yeah. 100%. Yeah, Gary Tunnicliffe is probably one of my biggest influences. I can still vividly remember, as a kid watching Frank's resurrection scene and going, holy fucking shit. That was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
So like you're like that obviously with Hellraiser, right? And you remember your scene on watching that, right? So the resurrection scene,
Yeah.
where with me, Nightmare on Elm Street, the scene in the alley when he's like this,
Yes.
that's my favorite scene in any film. In
I
any
mean,
film, the light blue behind them, and it's just like, yeah, fucking awesome.
see, this is why so many directors, I think, have a big affinity for backlighting. I mean, backlighting, if you use it correctly in cinematography, is fucking outstanding.
And that all that was a little alleyway in the middle of a housing estate,
Yeah.
and a bit of blue light and some arms on a fucking wire curtain pole thing and scraping it off the thing. So effective though,
Oh yeah.
like you couldn't go wrong.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And like, I will say, you're saying about Frank, we went to a horror con in 2023, right? Called For the Love of Horror in Manchester. So we flew to the UK for it because we didn't have any here at the time. And there was a guy who cosplayed as Frank. And my God, it looked like he came straight out of the movie.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. And like, he was dry, but like, it looked wet and sticky.
Oh, that's
It
so
was so
cool.
good. So good.
You know,
I'd,
you
I'd
you
say he was roasted.
you should try and get Sean Chapman on your podcast.
I'll try to get anybody.
I mean, I think I've heard nothing but good things about Sean Chapman, meeting him, and Claire Higgins especially too. She's one of my favorite actresses all time, not only for her film but for the theater work that she's done in the past.
Ironically, that convention we went to that year, Claire Higgins was a guest at it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Did you meet her?
No,
Oh, damn.
I ended up going with John Jarrett from Wolf Creek.
Oh, fuck. Are you serious?
That was awesome.
Dude, that is so cool.
Yeah, I was funny. Like we were told that like he'll stay in character for some things, and I went and got my photo with him. I was like, I'm gonna choke you, and I'm standing up beside him, and I was like, I wouldn't.
That is so fucking cool.
He's so good, yeah. I met Quinn Lord, who was
Okay.
obviously Sam from Trick or Treat.
Yeah.
That was awesome. One of my favorite films.
Hell yeah.
Met Lauren Lavera from Terrifier.
That's cool.
Um, met Doug Tate, which was awesome because I had him on the show.
Oh, good shit.
Right, had him on the show, and I hadn't seen him at the convention yet. And I was standing talking to someone, and he was walking by, going to his photo shoot, and all I felt was getting something stabbed in the back. He was walking by, recognized me, and stabbed me in the back with his plastic machete. And I turned around, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I turned around and seen him. He was all decked out in the fucking thing. I was like, "Oh shit!" And he pulls the mask up. He's like, "I was like, yeah,
That's fucking cool. That's actually cool as fuck.
yeah." It's great when you get recognized. Like I was like, "Yeah, that's awesome."
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, especially by people who, who you essentially, throughout your, especially your childhood, that's cool as fuck.
He's so nice though, so good.
That's cool. Hell yeah.
Him and his wife. But yeah, so like it is what it is, isn't it? It's thing. But yeah, Claire was there. She had a big line almost all day.
Oh man, that's yeah. Meeting Claire would be cool, and I haven't met Clive Barker unfortunately, and I don't think I'm gonna have much time left because I know he's in really poor health. But
Yeah,
Clive
fortunately.
Barker, yeah, and Clive Barker is one of those people. Like I said, no, I love Clive Barker. I always say Clive Barker is my platonic soulmate, even though he is a very gay man.
Is he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know a whole lot about him. I just know obviously what he's done and thing. I don't know much about his personal life. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't tend to deep dive into a lot of it.
I mean, yeah, and I don't blame you for that. Just he was a big part of my childhood growing up. So I kind of went off the deep end and read a lot of his autobiographies and read a lot of his books and stuff. And he's such a fascinating person.
Yeah, well, he seems that way. Like he's got such a unique mind and way of doing things, or like
Oh
directing
yeah.
things and stuff. So, like, it takes someone special to do that. Like, you could have handed that Hellraiser to anybody, and it wouldn't have been probably
No,
nearly as good.
no, and that was the thing is he actually took the film to I forgot which distributor he took it to, but they didn't want it, and so New Line Cinema picked it. I think it was New. No, it wasn't New Line.
New Line was Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, that's what I'm. That's the you got me thinking Nightmare on Elm
Is
Street.
it?
Fuck.
No, it is the New Line.
Is it?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, we'll just confirm that now.
It's
Uh, Future Film Futures.
Film Futures.
Yeah, I could have sworn it had the New Line image on it.
That's what I thought too. I don't know why I'm thinking that.
Anyway, we won't dwell on that one. Anchor Bay released it on video as well for them.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, but no, New Line was obviously Nightmare on Elm Street because above the door there was the house that Freddy built.
Yes.
Yeah, which still should be there.
That's badass.
You know what I mean? It still should be there because without that, New Line don't exist, and you don't get the likes of Lord of the Rings or things like that. So,
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
yeah.
100%.
Yep, but sure. So let's get back into a bit more about you because I don't want to digress too far. So obviously you got into special effects, so you were into comics and stuff then as well, were you?
Yes.
You're obviously fairly artistic.
Yeah. I'd like to think so.
Maybe just a small bit.
I mean, what? Just a smidge.
Yeah, I can't even draw a stick figure, so yeah,
You can draw a stick figure.
not a good one.
That's okay. All you need to draw is just a penis, and you're good.
Sound there.
Yeah.
Now I'll tell you something. My soon to be 9-year-old, his drawing is fucking ridiculously good.
Really?
Yeah, like he loves drawing, loves it. Like he's wrote comic books in school and stuff. We want him like a comic book thing, and he like makes games and stuff out of it.
That's awesome. Good for him.
Yeah, and then
Good for him.
then there's me who again can't draw a stick figure. I don't know where he got it from, but it wasn't from me.
No, it's there. It's just, you just got to pull it out of you.
No, it's really not. I tried art in school and it was not there.
Well, that's
But
cool though. I'm glad that I'm glad he's drawing from a creative side at a young age. That's really important
he
nowadays.
he draws, he writes, he just fucking ridiculous.
Oh.
So, but obviously then you get into special effects. Um, Obviously we've touched on Hellraiser and the part that that's played. But what kind of effects do you use more so than any, or is there any particular thing that you like doing?
I really like doing anything that revolves around practical because, I'm 35 and there are a lot of people my age who are not as familiar with kind of like as we talked about with Hellraiser, the pinnacle of the horror days. And so, um, I'm a really big fan of kind of creating on the fly. And I think that I'm such an advocate for that, especially on a film set, because it's so easy to have all your ducks in a row. And in an ideal world, you would want that, but um, I have found more often than not, you know, utilizing the skills to create something like that. And I think that's what I like doing is, I like waking up one day and saying, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a broken nose, let's say. And it's shit like that, because so many people are so obsessed with making it look kind of fucking gory and just, over the top. But it's just those little details that you put in. That's everything. That's the love right there. That's the
Well,
love.
ironically, on an episode that we released a couple of weeks ago with Lauren and Alina, I actually name dropped you in it, for one of the posts that you put up with your fingernail.
Oh.
Yeah, my missus hates you. Like I showed it to her. I was like, "Look how cool this is," and yeah, no, it didn't go well. Um, but for me, those kind of injuries that you see in films, the little
Yeah.
small ones, the ones that could, like, obviously anything could legitimately happen to you in a film, but
Oh yeah.
you're not likely to be blown up. You're
No.
not likely to be shot 300 times. But standing on a nail, ripping your fingernail off, catching your
Yeah.
hand in a door, dislocating your arm, those shit can happen.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
they're the ones that get me more so. Like when I don't know whether you've seen X,
yes.
you know that scene when he steps on the nail?
Yep.
Yeah. That was horrendous. Like even when Jenna Ortega got her fingers cut off, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine. Could happen, not likely, but
No. No.
standing on a nail, I was like, ugh.
Well,
Like it,
because it's plausible,
like
it's
it just those small ones that could happen to any Joe soap give me the willies. I'm like, yeah,
Well, it's why I get a little bit irritated and frustrated sometimes because I know that in horror, especially nowadays, and I think you can concur with this, but a lot of directors are looking for over the top. They're looking for what sells, and I do agree that that is important because at the end of the day, you want to sell your film, you want to make money, but at the same time, though, um, I think it's so overlooked. What you're saying is, people forget about the things that make people, uncomfortable. And that's why I like to focus on nails and eyes and scars and things because it's shit that it happens. It's a realistic thing that happens every day.
yeah, them small ones, like as I said, they get me every time.
Oh
Eh,
yeah.
like or even like I was watching a film one day and the girl was walking along the stairs and she stood on Lego and fell down. It was a comedy film, but she stood on Lego and fell down the stairs. But even then, I was still like, because like standing on Lego is not good.
No, no, it hurts. It hurts like a motherfucker.
Or standing on a plug or catching your toe off the side of the table or something. When you see it in films, even then, even if it's a comedy film, I'm like, good lord.
Or Daniel Stern when he stepped on that Christmas ornament in Home Alone.
Oh, Jesus, no.
That actually gets me because
But then they had the poor bastard stand on the nail as well. Do you remember
yeah,
when he's going up? Oh
yeah.
no. Like
Fuck
getting a
the,
brick to the face, fine, but standing on that nail, I'm like, no.
it was the Christmas ornament for me. That shit got me.
And
God
they just
damn it.
explode.
Oh,
Uh, uh,
Jesus Christ.
And then you see him, you like he gets electrocuted in that movie, turns into a skeleton. Everyone's like, that's great. Standing on the nail or standing on the ornaments, no, no. Or even slipping on, or Joe Pesci slipping on the ice.
Oh, fuck.
That looks horrendous.
It hurts. Have you ever fallen on ice before?
No,
That shit fucking hurts.
we don't get it all that often.
Fuck me. Here in Tennessee we do, and it's crazy. Every fucking time I bust my ass on ice, I'm like, well, there goes my that's another year down the drain as far as the back's health is concerned.
I'm fucked. Fuck it.
Yeah, exactly.
But obviously, all those kind of things play a part when you're creating injuries. And as I
Yes.
said, I mentioned that one with the fingernail. That looked horrific.
Well,
And
thank you.
and I mean that in a good way, but I don't mean it in a good way.
Right.
Uh, it looked so real, as if you could have done that.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of my thing though, is I like to really take my time with little detailed things because it's so overlooked and I just I don't want to say it's unique, because special effects is, it's out there, it's everywhere, but it's like, I just want people to remember the realism of special effects, and I think that that's, you know, I think that that's important, and a lot of directors nowadays kind of forget that.
The the practical effects, when they're done properly, are like there's nothing that beats it.
No,
I don't care what CGI you have. It's not coming close.
we I can't talk about it obviously because it hasn't aired yet, but with the trouble with Tessa, um, I had to execute a really hard effect that I can't talk about. I can't even hint about it, but it was so hard to watch on camera again. And everybody in the editing room was just, they had to get up and walk away because,
Am I gonna know what it is when I see it?
yeah, sorry,
Oh
sorry, I lost you.
yeah, your
my,
camera
uh, my,
your camera is gone.
yeah, wait, hang on. Oh no. Wait, oh, there you are. Sorry.
No, minor
Um,
technical difficulties.
Sorry about that. My camera's being weird and my stand is being weird, but yeah, you'll know what it is. Trust me, when it's coming, you're gonna be like, oh fuck, 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 fuck.
Lovely. As I said, like it's the small minor ones that get me.
Yeah.
And for me, like I dislocated my shoulder a few years ago when I was working, and it doesn't matter what film I see it in now. Every single time it happens, I'm like, oh no.
So I'm guessing you have a really hard time watching Lethal Weapon.
Yep. It pops the shoulder back in. Oh, it's awful.
It's fucking
Awful.
hard.
Yeah. And that's one
Yeah.
of the better ones that you see them do it in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like I said to you off screen, I'm rewatching Scrubs, and the episode I watched earlier was the one where your man comes into the ER with a dislocated shoulder and they're trying to put it back in, and I was like, oh my god. See,
No, sure.
I was lucky when mine popped out, whatever way I spun around, it popped itself back in. But I managed to tear the rotator cuff off the bone, and it was awful. Awful. Wouldn't recommend it.
Well, no, shoulders and knees. That's the worst thing you can fuck
I,
up.
I've done both.
Oh God.
Uh,
Ugh.
but sure, that's a different horrific tale. But
Fuck.
yeah, so like I've seen some of the effects that you have on obviously on Instagram and stuff, and they look off the charts.
Thank you.
uh,
Thank you.
in a good way this time.
Thank you.
I'm surprised some of them haven't been banned, because you know how Instagram gets. But
They have been.
oh, okay, well,
Yeah, they have been. I'm still banned on Facebook right now. So
happens from time
that's
to time.
That's pretty much been my whole career, I'd say, up until this point, is I've been banned on everything. And my book has even has a it's got a cover on the front, which I don't know why, because the cover is not really controversial. Now, what's inside the book is it's a whole different story, but the cover of the book isn't. But I think it's because my name is synonymous with being banned, which I guess that's a compliment.
Means you're doing something right.
Yeah.
But you touched on it there. Trouble with Tessa's due out. At the time of recording, it's due out in 2 weeks.
Yes.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about that one? Obviously, this is the one I alluded to in the intro, with one of the biggest projects you have upcoming.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um,
It's
so
I don't
let's jump into it.
I don't even know where to start with this, because this has been something that's been going on for um so to preface, the director Dennis Callow, I met him here on Instagram. I met him, my God, I met him, I think, roughly around 5 years ago. And he really liked my artwork and stuff. And he messaged me and said, "Hey, I'm doing something big. It hasn't come to fruition yet. Would you be interested?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely." And he said, "Okay, well, later on down the road, we'll touch base again, and we'll talk about it." And so last year, he said it's time, and I said, "Okay, so what's going on?" And so, long story short, Tessa was born, and it's probably the most creative, passionate project that I've worked on in all my time being someone who's a creative. And the story is, yeah, I have people who haven't seen the trailer. The story revolves around Tessa Fowler, who is a journalist, quote unquote, and she basically is kind of ostracized from the city. So she goes to this town called Lowry, which is presumably upstate New York. And she starts finding all these random clues and pieces of something that is kind of a little bit a little suspicious, a little nefarious. And to make a long story short, she sort of discovers that Lowry isn't exactly the paradise that it's made out to be. And I play the character Trouble. And if you didn't see the trailer, I am the creature at the end of the trailer. So that's all I can say. Um,
I did see the trailer.
yes,
I didn't see you in said trailer, but obviously
yes,
that explains why.
yes,
The trailer looks extremely good. Um, I see. I don't really like watching trailers to things that I know people are going to be in, that I've had on the show, or that I'm friends with on Instagram or talk to quite a lot, because I then go in blind and I'll watch it. Because if I watch a trailer and I'm like, oh, this doesn't look like something I'm going to like, I'll go into it and I'll just sit there and be like, okay, oh look, there she is, and then I'm just kind of done. I'm like, okay.
well, this is a very interesting TV show for the fact that, we've gotten a lot of theories about what it could potentially be about, and none of them, no one's guessed it. And I don't think anyone is going to guess it, because it is such a unique sort of take on, the genre itself. And we, I say we, more Dennis and Bethany, they wanted to go into this and bring something different to what's been done out there. And I think that with my character especially, there's so many layers to unravel. And you'll see that as the show progresses. It's I'm so proud of Trouble, quote unquote, and it's so fucking good. And I really can't wait for people to watch it, because it's just so fucking different. And
I mean,
the
that's something that's lacking in want of a better word for horror fans. The lack of originality. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that there's not original stuff, but for the last number of years, everything seems to be a remake or rehash of an older story.
yes,
And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like, you put your own spin on a story, that's fine, and you make the film. But we're struggling in ways of seeing originality of even say slashers. They're gone back to the old formulaic way of following the pattern. So I mean, I think that's what made
Oh yeah.
Terrifier. That's what made Terrifier so good, is that they didn't follow any of the patterns. It was just wild and out there. And
Yeah, exactly.
same with the likes of Talk to Me, which was, I thought, was extremely good. And was out there as kind of an original movie. Now obviously there are some where it's somewhat possession movies, and that works too.
Yeah.
And then obviously recently now we're seeing Sinners, a new take on a vampire film. Absolutely off the fucking charts. Best movie of the year so far for me.
Good shit. I still haven't seen it yet.
Oh, so good.
I still haven't seen it. I'm fucking for some reason I'm revisiting Event Horizon again, which I fucking love Event Horizon so much.
That's on my list to watch. I literally just, it popped up on one of the streaming sites the other day, and I was like, ooh.
I won't go off on a diatribe, but it's almost criminal how people did not like that movie when it first came out back in the 90s, and now all of a sudden it's a cult classic. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? That movie was fucking gold even back then.
Sam Neill. Oh yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
And I'll always remember the first time I seen that. You know, when he's sitting on the chair, he turns around, his eyes are X'd out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
I've got such a fucking affinity for Jason Isaacs. So of course he was in it. And I'm like, I fucking love Jason Isaacs.
Sean Pertwee in it as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sean Pertwee's in it. Yeah, Sean Pertwee.
Love the Sarge.
Yeah, dude. Sean Pertwee, Dog Soldiers. You
Yeah.
know, so yeah,
Everything. Sean Pertwee is gold.
he's awesome. He's so fucking awesome.
Gold.
It would be. I feel like Event Horizon would be even better if they had Liam Cunningham or Kevin McKidd in it.
Oh, I wouldn't mind. I was only watching. I rewatched. I don't know if you've ever heard of a show called Father Ted. It's about a lot of Irish priests living in a house. It's a comedy show that was made in the early 90s.
Who's in it?
Nobody, I'd say, that you'd know. Dermot Morgan was Father Ted himself. Ardlo Hanlon, the comedian, was Dougal. It's a comedy show, right? And it's kind of taking the piss out of the Irish Catholicism and stuff.
Oh, good shit.
But there's a Christmas special. The last thing they ever did was a Christmas special, and Kevin McKidd plays a priest in it. But it's obviously one of his very first roles in anything. But I couldn't remember that he was in it, and I rewatched it recently, and it was real weird watching a Christmas show episode in the middle of June. And I'm looking at him going, no, is he? No. I had to go and check it out, and it was him in it as a priest.
That's
But
so funny too, because like with Kevin McKidd, and I was trying to explain Kevin McKidd to people in high school when I saw Dog Soldiers, and nobody knew who the fuck I was talking about. And so then, later on down the road, Grand Theft Auto Vice City came out, and Kevin McKidd does one of the voices for one of the rock stars, and I said, "Yeah, the guy who does the voice. Oh, that guy." I'm like, "You still don't know who it is?"
Didn't know he did a voiceover in GTA.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto, I think it was Vice City. He did a voiceover for, I can't remember the name of the band that was in the game, but yeah, he
Oh.
fucking funny shit, man.
No, I remember being in my in-laws' house, and they all watched Grey's Anatomy, and they're talking this, that, and the other about he's obviously a character, and I wouldn't have a clue because I've never watched it. And they're like, "Oh yeah, this is his big breakout role." I was like, "Bullshit, bullshit."
No,
I said,
no.
and they were like, "Oh yeah, that's gonna be his forever role." And I said, "Bullshit. His forever role is Cooper."
Oh, 100%. Yeah, if you claim to be a Kevin McKidd fan, you can't say you are unless you've seen Dog Soldiers point blank. Same with Liam Cunningham. Everyone's like, "Oh, he was so great in Game of Thrones." No,
He's
he
Captain
was.
Ryan.
Yeah, he was. I'm not denying that, but fucking A, yeah, Captain Ryan. Like,
I met him in IKEA when I worked there a few years ago.
Oh shit.
And I was actually saying to Neil Marshall when I had Neil on the show, I was him and Han about going up to him and going, "Have you tried licking your own balls yet?" And Neil said to me, he says, you should have said it. He would have found the funny side of it. I was like, yeah, he might have, but my managers mightn't have.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I called him. I said it to him when I spoke to him. I says, yeah, it's Captain Ryan, because everyone was stopping him as Davos, and I was like, that's Captain Ryan right there.
That's fucking criminal right there. That's criminal. That
Yeah,
is, man. He was Captain Ryan first. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
yeah, he will always be Captain Ryan.
100%.
Genius. But yeah, I was like, I really wish I had said it to him, but I was only new in the building at the time. I was like, yeah, they could fire me for that.
That's actually one director that I've always wanted to work with,
Neil,
is Neil Marshall. I feel like I would love to work with Neil because his films are just so fucking good. I mean, he's one director that just knows what he's doing 100%.
he puts everything into it.
Yeah.
Like, imagine your first movie being Dog Soldiers, an absolute fucking bomb, and then
I mean,
you go and do The Descent 2 years later, and then you go and do The Descent 2, and then you go and do fucking, what's the other one? The one in Scotland.
oh,
It's the dystopian world one. I can't think of the name.
ah,
Warzone? No. Uh,
uh, uh, uh, uh,
anyway,
wait, yeah,
uh, yeah, Sean McDonald's in it as well. It was in The Descent. Um, yeah, I was just, and then he goes on, and obviously he's made a couple other ones, and some that didn't really work out. Being Hellboy, because that had its own issues.
right, yeah, yeah.
Because he said it to me on the thing. He said, "Did you watch Hellboy?" I said, "No, I don't like the character itself. I didn't like the original three. So I was never really gonna go and watch it because I don't like the character." And my missus wanted to watch, so we tried to watch that new one, the Crooked Man one.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, I was asleep after like 15 minutes. I was like, "Nah, I'm done. I'm out. I'm out." I never even finished it. I have a thing where I have to finish movies that I start.
Right.
Just didn't finish that one. It's still there to be watched.
I don't think I've ever seen it, to be honest with you.
It wasn't great from what I've seen. I was just like, meh. There's not
Uh,
many that I haven't finished. There's not many.
yeah, no, I can agree with you on that one. I can think of one off the top of my head, but I'm not going to name it because it'll cause a whole shit storm. But
We'll talk
yeah,
about it off screen.
huh?
We'll talk about it off screen.
Oh, I'll fucking love it telling you about it every minute.
Nice. Is it one that you were in?
Yeah.
Oh, even better. Juicy gossip. But back to Trouble with Tessa. So obviously, it's airing on Screenbox
hmm
uh, on the 12th. Is that right?
The 15th.
15th. I was close.
Yes.
I was close. And it's obviously an episodic based. Are they dropping all the episodes at once?
No, I think they're doing 2 episodes per week.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
What really fucking bothers me is when you get a show and they release one episode a week and then they stop for like 6 months.
Yes.
Like Cobra Kai absolutely annoyed the bollocks out of me with that. 3 parts of the last season spread over a year and a half. I was like, what the fuckers? I was like, just give me the end.
Yeah, I feel, the trouble with Tessa is, for me, I think it's definitely probably the most, like I said, I think it's the most unique and original thing that I've done, and we're really proud of it because it is such a good quality, just down to, sound and mixing and obviously special effects. Not to toot my own horn, but I put a lot into it. And just Dennis, the cinematography, it's such a good quality show. And we talked about this too before we were in post, that there's I'm gonna sound like such a fucking asshole for saying this, which I don't really care. I'm just being honest. But, a lot of indie nowadays too is inundated with just, putting shit out and just being, a proverbial cash cow just to make quick bucks. And, that's great. And I think that any successful actor or director wants to do something to make money and for it to be successful. Yeah, of course. But, you know, for me, it's not everything. And I don't, especially going farther in my career, I don't want to mar up my resume or, you know, do something like that. I want to put quality out, even if it's something that I direct, which I've directed a couple short films for Tetro Video. I want it to be quality. I want it to be something that I can look back on and say, okay, I'm really proud of that because that's just how it is. And I think that's too why I probably don't book as many gigs and roles as my counterparts, is because I don't like putting myself out there for something that I'm not passionate about. And this TV show is something that I can honestly say that's a fucking banger. That's fucking something that I will look back on 20, 30, 40 years from now and say that's a damn fine show.
See, I spoke to a few people about this, and a lot of them have the same thing. It's more quality over quantity.
Yes.
And like, don't get me wrong, if you get cast in 400 movies to play the same role, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Do you know what I
No.
mean? You're getting paid, you're making
Yeah.
bank to do it. Fine, perfect, fair play to you. But if it comes down to it, and like, out of those 400 movies, 360 of them are terrible, 380 of them are terrible, and a director comes looking and you go, well, there's my resume, I was in X, 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 Y, and Z.
Yeah.
They're going to go, well, okay, why are you in so many? I play 2 minute roles here, 1 minute role there. And don't get me wrong, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like, I spoke to a few people, and like, for certain, say, female actresses, they can play a certain role for a certain amount of time before they get taken away because they age out of it. Do you know what I mean? You can't play
Right.
that girl next door for too long.
Right.
Like, you can't have
Right.
a 40 or 50-year-old girl next door. Well, you could, but do you know what I mean? Like everyone, like Jenna Ortega is being cast in a lot of these roles recently and lately, because obviously she's only 22, but she looks about 16.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? That will eventually run out for her.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No.
And
And
don't get me wrong,
I,
like, she's a great actress, and I have no fear that she won't do other stuff. But as it, if you get cast in these things, you go to the well as much as you can and make as much money as you can.
oh yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. And it's. I think everyone has the right to do something that makes them happy and makes them successful. Um, I just, for me, like I said, I feel, because I'm 35. I'm 5 years from 40, and um, I'm trying now to get to a point in my career where I want to try and do everything. I want to learn everything. I want to, and I find too that you know I'm trying to go back to acting classes and stuff. And I told you earlier I wanted to do theater again because I think that for me, going back to theater is kind of going back to the origins of my style and how, you know, I saw that at one point as, you know, the greatest thing ever. And I think horror is great. I do. I love horror. Horror is what gave me a career, but like I said, if I can learn any genre, if I can learn comedy, if I can learn drama, I can learn, I can star in a biopic, I'll fucking do it. Because I love cinema so much. I really, really do.
Like, I'd be like that. I'd watch anything. Like, everyone
Yeah.
goes, "Oh, you watch horror, this, that, and the other." Yeah, I watch more horror than I watch most of anything. And
Oh,
there's
yeah.
actually, like, this year alone. Let me see. Where's my letterbox? I've watched, I think it's 174 movies this year. 176, right?
Wow.
So far this year, and 72 of them were horror movies. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's never a doubt in my mind that horror is always at the forefront of what I watch.
Oh, yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
that's not to say I'm not going to watch thing like some of my favorite films. Walk the Line is a biopic and it's one of my favorite films.
Oh yeah. It's well. I mean, you know, I have to say I like that movie because I'm from the state where he lived.
No, well, you don't have to. Like, you could disagree with the movie. Like, a lot of people don't like James Mangold.
Well, yeah. I just mean because of Johnny Cash. That's
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
But like, there's things like that. Like, there's comedy movies and stuff. Um, but like, if you get cast in something that you think is going to be a banger, fair play to you. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Being
absolutely.
able to broaden your horizon is something. But I've said on a number of occasions, horror is like the gateway into acting. Really, it seems
Yes.
like it like not being bad to anybody that gets cast in a horror film, but it seems to me that they kind of cast almost anybody, right? And
I agree.
it doesn't always work, right? You could have an actress that you cast because she's a Margot Robbie lookalike. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, But horror is one of those genres, and it's such a close knit community that even terrible horrors are loved. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I talk about this picture I seen on Facebook probably 2 years ago at this stage, and it was like, horror done well is perfect, horror done stupidly is perfect, and it doesn't make
It's
sense.
well. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Horror is easy.
Is
It's
it though?
easy.
Really? When
Uh,
you think about it, right? The job of horror is to potentially and unilaterally scare people, right?
yeah.
That's not easy.
I think it's easy because like you said, it can even if it's shitty, if it's good, it's entertaining, and it doesn't take much to keep people's well, people are very that they're very visual nowadays. I'll say people. They don't read anymore. They can't watch subtitles, which I'm really shocked that Shogun did as well as it did.
I didn't
Um,
watch that, and I kept
oh,
meaning to.
it's fucking fantastic.
I
Um,
do love Santana though. He's awesome.
oh, don't even get me started. That's my celebrity husband. Um, but I think it's easy, and it's obviously this is my opinion because it's so entertaining and people will watch it, even if they're scared of it, they're still compelled to watch it, and it's easy. You know, with fucking comedy, it's like you make a comedy. Oh, that's not funny. That's not funny.
See, where that's where I disagree with it because I've watched a lot of comedy, and there's a lot of comedians I don't like that do comedy, and people love. Like, I hate Ricky Gervais. I hate him.
Yeah, he's overrated.
I generally don't watch anything he does.
Yeah, he's
Right?
overrated.
Everyone's like, oh, he's this, that, and the other. He's a great actor. He's comedy, The Office, this, that, and the other. I says the American Office is better, 100 times better.
See, I don't like the American Office.
Well, I find the American Office better than the other one. And then like I know a lot of people like my ma hates Jim Carrey, hates him. Like, she will not watch anything that Jim Carrey is in.
Pre or post in Living Co. Oh, well, you just said it. Never mind.
But just if there's a movie on with Jim Carrey, she ain't watching it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, but that I can understand that though.
And then like on my other podcast, one of the co-hosts of that hates Will Ferrell, like despises him. Do you know what I mean? Like, he will not watch something that Will Ferrell is in.
See, I used to hate Dane Cook. I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah, I'd be along them lines. As I said off screen, like, I hate Judy Greer. I hate her. Like, I hate Judy Greer. I
You
mean,
know what I'm deducing from this conversation. We're both. I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying this word, but we're two very opinionated cunts.
oh yeah, pretty much, yeah. And I don't deny that. Like, people have said it to me, and like, I'll say it to them if someone sends me a film to watch. I'll go back to them after I've watched it, like a director, and I'll say, listen, do you want me to tell you how I felt now, or if you don't want to do the show, that's fine, and I'll tell you. But I've had a director on this show who didn't want to know what I thought of the film beforehand. He wanted it to be completely off the cuff. He interrupted me throughout the intro, right? I had to restart it, had to do it again, and then he continued to do it. And then he continued to lambaste the show after I told him that his movie was terrible. And I gave him, I won't just tell a person the movie is terrible for a reason. I will give him why I thought it didn't work.
It,
And like, he just went off the fucking deep end. Like, the show never came out, but like, he started calling the show out on Instagram and stuff. And I was like, listen, man, I says, some of the stuff you said on that, I says, like, he dropped the N bomb a couple of times,
oh,
blaming other people to have issues,
the
right? And I
fuck?
says, and like, when he called me, I says, listen, I can release the show and I can ruin your name. I says, that's not what we're about. I says, listen, we'll just call it there, and I'll say, look, you've gone your way, didn't work, you didn't like it, that's fine. Off you go. I says, but don't call me out because I will release the video. I says, I can be a petty bastard. I says,
That's
I
fine.
don't, I don't, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm fairly blunt, and I will tell you. Like, I could have Judy Greer here and tell her, I'd be like, I actually hate you in films. I
Well, I
don't.
mean,
Again, I don't know why, but I do.
but the thing is, though, is if you're a director or an actor, you're putting yourself out there. You have to expect people aren't going to like your stuff.
Yeah.
That's just
Well,
the way it is.
like that director, I gave him good points. There was more bad points because the movie was bad. But such is life. Such is life. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm fairly blunt in things. I don't care. I don't pull punches. I'm just like, yeah, that's just how it
I'm,
is.
uh,
Mm.
listen, I'm in total concurrence. I feel I'm the same way. That's again too why I think sometimes people are kind of afraid to talk to me. I had somebody tell me the other day, I was so afraid to message you. I thought you were. I was very intimidated. The fuck are you intimidated for? I'm a pretty simpatico person. I'm just very honest.
Yeah, it's just you don't like what I'm saying. You don't like what I'm saying. You move on. Carry on.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
So what we'll do is, just before we finish up, then we'll jump into some of your other filmography, because you've worked with quite a few of our former guests. Um, Obviously, one of the big ones was Joshua Brooker in the Fairfield County Four.
Yes, he is. I can't talk enough about how incredible of a person he is. I
That
can't.
man is a fucking genius, and he's so sound.
He's such a humble, respectful individual, and he cast me as this role. And something, I will say this about Josh that other directors didn't give. I'm not talking about Dennis and Bethany. Um, they actually, you'll see, you'll find out with the TV show. Can't talk about it.
It's under
But
wraps.
yeah, exactly. Josh gave me the opportunity to do something outside my wheelhouse, which we were just talking about prior to this conversation now, is he cast me as a character who shows a lot of emotional depth. And I can honestly say he's the only director that gave me that chance. So,
I mean, like, I've seen two of his movies, three, I think, maybe. I don't know. I've seen loads. um, but the arcs of the story of the characters that he has in all his movies are like, no one gets left to the side for no reason. Do you know what I mean?
oh yeah.
Every part ties in.
Yeah,
Um,
he's great. I honestly want to work with him more in the future. I really hope I do because he's such a joy to be around too. He's just so I don't know. Josh is just he's the epitome of cool. He really is.
he's been on the show twice. For, was it Woodman, and then for the Fairfield County Four.
That's
Um,
cool.
yeah, he's awesome. So I mean, to say, I did say to him on the show, I says, if I don't get a screener for that, so somebody gonna get some.
Hey, listen, I wanna know where that screener is myself.
That's down the line. That's down
Yeah,
the line somewhere.
yeah.
Um, so another one that you have is Deathwoods, which is Derek Worley's
Death Woods
newest
was
one.
yeah,
Um, and then it has Celeste,
yes,
Landon. Jake is directing it as well. Am I right with that?
yes.
Uh, there's a few in that, actually. Um, there's a few in that. You've got Felissa Rose in there as well. You've got one of the former guests that I had on the show from Mutilator 2, Anna Clary in there as well.
Yes.
Yeah, she's lovely. There's a fair few in there along the way that's been involved with the show at some stage or another.
That was Celeste. I've worked with her for a few years now. Celeste is like my set bestie. She's awesome. I fucking love working with her and Jake, Celeste, Tyler Horner. Um, I
But
can't.
Tyler's been on the show as well before.
Yeah, Tyler's awesome too. I love working with them so much. They're just great people all around. And um, while I don't really associate with a lot of the indie cliques, I can honestly say I really truly love being with them on set.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, as I said, I had Celeste on the show. She owns the greatest pair of slippers I've ever seen in my life. If you haven't seen the episode that we had for Jake and Celeste, she has a pair of like monster feet slippers that light up. That
That's awesome.
I seen a picture she put up on New Year's, and she had them on. I was like, yeah, you're bringing them on the show. So she brought them on the show. To be fair to her, yeah, Derek I had on the show a while ago. He's so fucking sound.
Derek's awesome.
That man has a sick amount of fake blood in his house. He was just sitting beside like barrels of it when we done the episode.
See, now I feel like a fucking square because all I have is a fucking Scottish ale thing hanging on my wall. So I'm the fucking square in the group. Great.
Yeah, pretty much. I didn't want to say anything, but you put it out there.
Just calling it how it is.
Yeah, you were in the Forest Hills as well, with the late Shelley Duvall.
Yes.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was.
Did you?
Something. Yeah, I mean, it was what it was.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Yeah, it was what it was.
Yeah.
But obviously, you've worked with a fair few, and I've actually said on a few occasions that there's an indie horror family that's in, like there's the same group of actors. If they work well together, why not just keep using them? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Now what you do need to do is you need to get in and work with my boy Shane Morrow. That's a beast right there.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about Cheney as well.
That man is a beast. He's a beast.
Mean, like I said, I'm just, man, I gotta tell you, I'm gonna be 100% real with you. I'm just an amoeba. I just kind of like, crawl around on surfaces and just, whatever sticks. But yeah, I would love to.
And obviously, then he's tied with the most record appearances on this show with 3.
That's awesome.
Yeah, along with Daniel John Carney, who's had 3.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Daniel's another one. He's a name that's just gonna explode, and like he's involved with everything at the minute. So,
good for him, man.
If you need something, that's the guy to go to.
Let's see. Well, listen, tomorrow's a new day. That's all I can say.
Another day, another project.
Exactly. Or yeah. Or catering consultancy.
That works too. Got to pay the bills throughout the prolonged periods without projects.
Yeah, that's something too that I think that a lot of people don't touch on. The fact that some actors have to have full-time jobs in addition to doing this on the side. It's I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not saying it to be a martyr. I'm just being truthful. It's fucking hard. It's fucking hard.
I don't doubt it. Like I do this on the side, and that's just me sitting on the sofa talking to people. But like I work full time, and then I'm like, some days I do be sitting there, and I'm like, oh, now I have to record, and then I get on, and I'm fine. But like in the build up to it, I do be sitting there going, could I cancel and push it back to another day? But you're pushing it back is just kicking it down the road.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's no, and you're right. It's shitty to say that, but You know, you get so. I mean, I've been these past few months. I've been working 13-hour days.
Ouch.
Um, so you never want to admit it to yourself, but you will sit there sometimes and say, fuck, can I just push this back? But then, like you said, you're just prolonging it.
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's really fucking hard.
So just before we finish up, then Corey, I'm gonna throw some hard hitting questions at you, right?
Oh, I'm ready.
Right. Throw me your top 5 horror films, and it doesn't include Hellraiser
Okay. All right. It's
because
gonna be
we've
a
already touched on that.
it's gonna be a pretty fucking. I don't know. I feel like you're gonna roast my list here.
I roast everybody's list unless it's the same as my list. I roast everybody's list.
All right. Well, just make sure you spin on it before you put it in. All
Bite the
right.
pillow. I'm going in dry.
So, Alien,
Unreal.
in a good way or bad way?
Good way.
Okay. Yeah.
Unreal movie.
Alien, The Prince of Darkness.
Ooh, John Carpenter.
Yeah, dude.
Very underrated, that one.
Exactly. Well, don't worry. Trust me. I'm gonna fucking throw some curveballs here. So, um, sorry, Alien, Prince of Darkness, uh, Ju-on the Curse. This is very different than the theatrical release in Japan. This was a made-for-TV series that came out in Japan. It's called Ju-on the Curse.
Interesting.
Not the film, not the uh Takashi Shimizu film. It's another one.
Okay.
Um The Fog
Ooh, remake or original?
original.
Yeah. Another
The
John
Fog.
Carpenter classic.
Yes. And The Thing.
The greatest remake of all time in any genre ever.
Those are probably my top 5, and a lot of them are Carpenter, but I mean, let's be honest, Carpenter back in the day was the god. He was just godly.
So I actually, growing up, obviously Nightmare on Elm Street, my favorite film. I used to always think Wes Craven was the best, surely for that alone. That's like for me. Then when I actually started sitting down and watching films properly, I came to the realization that John Carpenter is, in fact, the greatest horror director of all time. But Wes Craven is the best character creator.
I can see that.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
can see that.
Wes Craven pretty much saved slasher movies.
I will agree with that.
Yeah, he changed the dynamic of the slow, methodical, not talking, walk you down, slashing, hack you up slasher to everything we got with Freddy along the way. Obviously, then he brought Ghostface in and a few others along the way that were
Yeah.
touchy.
No, go ahead, dear. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
No,
cut
no,
you off.
they were touch and go films.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of how I feel about Carpenter. So many people tout Halloween as their favorite horror film of all time, and that's I guess commendable. But honestly, as if you were to ask me to rank Carpenter's greatest films of all time, that's honestly towards the bottom of the list for me. I put Season of the Witch higher than the original Halloween, but that's because mostly it's the score. The score is fucking killer.
I know a fair few people that would rate it that way. For me, it's very close. I'd still probably have Halloween just above it because of everything that came with it.
Yeah,
Um, could if Season of the Witch came first, could it have forced a franchise? I don't think so.
yeah,
But the hate that it got because of not having Myers, I think, made it more infamous.
yeah, yeah.
And
I agree.
I love Season of the Witch. I think it's phenomenal. That
Fucking
fucking song is so good.
well. I did. I don't. I think you saw it, but I did the Marge Goodman cosplay where she puts the fucking bobby pin and the silver shamrock button, and that fucking blast just hits her. I did that cosplay, but I took it to the next level.
Ooh. Maybe I might. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I almost got canceled for that.
Yeah, good old cancel culture. It's great, isn't it?
I don't give a fuck. I mean, people talked about it.
Now, you mentioned that Halloween will be further down the Carpenter list. Throw me your top 5 Carpenter films then.
Okay. Um, can I say what I've already said?
Prince of Darkness, The Fog
Okay,
and the Thing.
well, no, I'm gonna go back here. Escape from New York is probably my favorite.
LA is better, but sure. Said said
Oh,
said nobody ever. No,
those
I,
fighting words.
I'm only joking. That Escape from LA is one of the worst movies I've watched in a long, long time.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like the only saving grace of Escape from LA was Pam Grier. Um, Escape from New York, Prince of Dark. I love Prince. You don't understand how much I love Prince of Darkness. This is a great film.
It's
Um,
it's clinically underrated in terms of a Carpenter movie.
oh, 100%. I mean, I don't know. I feel like maybe so Escape from New York and then maybe The Thing and Prince of Darkness are tied, and then The Fog, and then um what's it called? Vampires.
The John Carpenter one or
Yeah,
the James Woods one?
yeah.
Oh, them's be fighting words. That's a bad list. It's a bad list.
What would you put?
In terms of this show, that's a bad list.
What would you put?
Well, number one is easily Big Trouble in Little China. It's the greatest
Oh
John Carpenter
fuck, I
movie of
forgot
all
Big
time.
Trouble in Little China.
It's easily the greatest John Carpenter movie ever made.
I forgot about that. Then you know what? Go back. That's my top.
That's my favorite film of all time.
Yeah, you know what? I can't believe I forgot that fucking film, dude.
Uh,
Because
um,
you know what I was thinking of? I was thinking of horror. That's why.
mm, well, there's that. That's kind of a movie that doesn't have a genre. It's just everything.
You know I'm gonna kick the shit out of myself for a long time for that, right?
Yep,
Thanks a lot, Greg.
yep. You forgot it, not me.
Oh, fuck off.
You made this decision, not me.
God damn it.
uh,
Great.
for me, it'd be Big Trouble in Little China, The Thing. Um, hmm, Escape. No, it wouldn't be Escape from New York. I'm trying to think of the ones that I will sit down and watch quicker. Um,
Well, would you count Body Bags?
no,
Okay. I was just curious if you'd count that as a film because it was
it was a
like
mini series, wasn't it?
yeah, it was a miniseries. That's why I wanted to ask you if you'd even like consider that a
I do.
film.
I do like Christine.
Yeah.
It's just fun. That kind of way. It's just there. No, I think I'd go Mouth of Madness,
Oh, that's a good one.
Halloween, and Halloween 3.
Okay, that's fair. As long as you didn't say Ghost of Mars.
Ooh, it's funny to watch.
It is, and I
Do you know,
love
do you know what
go.
else actually? What I could put in as well, and it got a lot of hate, and it gets even more hate now because of who's in it. I love The Ward, Carpenter's last film, the one with
Even
Amber Heard.
didn't he also do Assault on Precinct 13th too?
Yeah, that's an old Carpenter film. Yeah,
Yeah,
the original.
I haven't seen that in a long, long time though.
Yeah, that was brilliant. It was brilliant, and the score for it's phenomenal. Well, the score for any Carpenter movie is phenomenal.
Well, Alan Howarth is probably one of like the most. Alan Howarth is an enigma because you know what? He's so underrated, but so not. So
He's
he's
just
like,
he's just there, isn't he? No one gives him the credit that he deserves.
no, he's
But
fucking
everyone
awesome.
knows he deserves it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's because
No,
he's not playing a French horn.
but yeah, Carpenter's films all have amazing scores. Every one of
Oh,
them.
oh yeah,
Right.
no.
Last question of the night. Right.
All right.
You're given the keys to any horror franchise. Right. You can either direct, or star in any movie, what movie would it be, and what would you do?
Ooh.
Now, the movie gets made the same way, basically, but you go down as a director or an actress in the film.
Can I gender bend just in this one instance?
Yeah, you can fire away. Unless you're telling me Freddy Krueger and it's a
No, no,
female.
no, no. Um, I'm going to be honest with you. I would probably take over the Japanese versions of Ringu,
Ooh,
and I would actually play, if this was a weird world and I was a man, I would actually play Ryuji Takayama.
interesting. The name doesn't do anything to me. I've seen the film. Is that the cop?
No, it is Hiroyuki Sanada's character.
Oh, okay, yeah. The Japanese name doesn't do anything for me, but
Yeah, I would play him because in the novelization, Ryuji he's actually a rapist in the novelization. And I like his character because he is kind of like this brooding, dark, sinister sort of entity, and I would change a lot of things about it, but I respect it because, it's what I grew up on. J horror, I grew up on J horror just as much as I grew up on, Barker's films and Carpenter's films. J horror is one of the things that most inspired me.
me and Ian, one of the guys who set up the show, have spoke about this on the show on a number of occasions. J horror, when it's done, is almost second to none.
Oh yeah. No,
Although it's the same, we also said the same with French and like Spanish horror is brilliant when it's done correctly, like The Orphanage and stuff.
oh yeah.
Even down to British horror. British horror when it's done good is
Yeah.
phenomenal. Like
Oh yeah.
have you seen the 2004 movie Creep?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, it's set in the London Underground.
Ah.
Oh, it's so good. Go and check it out. It's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you seen Midnight Meat Train?
Of course. Yeah.
I don't know what, I only rewatched that for the first time since I seen it in the cinema there, probably about 4 weeks ago, and I'd completely forgotten the ending of it.
It's so good.
I was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" I was like, "I
Yeah.
haven't seen this," and then I was like, "Oh yeah, wait, I did see this."
Midnight Meat Train is a fucking classic, honestly. It really
Yeah.
is. It's so
Vinny
iconic.
Jones.
Yeah.
Vinny Jones is gas. Yeah. Well, what we'll do is we'll leave it there for the evening, and we'll definitely have you back on, and we'll touch on maybe horror in general.
I would like that. I think I could really have a good conversation with you about composers and uh you don't really get to talk to a lot of people that know a lot about Alan Howarth.
Yeah, I'm blaming Carl on that because as I said to you off screen, I'm not a huge music guy. But obviously you respect the scores that are in certain movies and what goes with it. Um, like obviously you got Jaws and things like that, and then Star Wars and like how the scores for them really help with everything.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine Jaws without the theme song?
Ugh.
Mm.
Yeah, imagine doing Jaws with Danny Elfman's score.
Oh, it'd be so upbeat and out there. It'd be great, wouldn't it?
No, it'd be fucking horrible.
It means I could show my kids it.
Oh God. You know what? First of all, you embarrassed me about Big Trouble in Little China. Now you're just making me fucking now I'm gonna watch Jaws now, and every time, fucking I see Robert Shaw, I'm gonna be thinking
You forgot Big Trouble in China, not me.
oh,
You made that decision. You made that conscious choice yourself.
I'm a fucking failure.
I told you. I says I'll roast the list. The only way you were not gonna get roasted on that list was if you picked that first. Then and the
Great.
other four could be anything.
I failed.
Yep. The episode will not be released now, and that'll be the end of that. But
God damn.
I think that's a good place to leave it.
Yes.
before I roast you even more. But what I'll do is I'll finish this the way I finish every single Friday night. In the words of the great George A. Romero, ladies and gentlemen, stay scared.